Yo, what up, Street Dogs? Air Kim. So I'm gonna do a video essay about my thoughts on social distancing. So, first and foremost, we have already been socially distant for a long time. I mean, maybe not so much the physical thing, but kind of like the mental thing, right? So like, for example, if you've ever, been with a bunch of people and everyone's on their phones, you're essentially socially distant. Because I think now people are thinking about the social distancing as like a physical thing, but to me, what's more important is kind of thinking about the mental thing. Because like you could physically be with somebody, but as long as you're mentally somewhere else, you're technically socially distant. And other things in society, like, I don't know, people just like, nobody really helps their neighbors no more or opens a door for other people's and stuff like that. And so I've been making it a personal thing where, I'm just trying to be a little bit like nicer to people. So like helping people pick up their groceries or opening the door for people, like super duper basic stuff. Or like, we give our next door neighbor like a roll of towels or paper towels. And I was just like asking, oh, is there anything you need? So at least one of the good things with Corona is, I think in general, people are actually becoming a little more kind to each other because it's, humanity versus the virus. And it's kind of getting vibes of like zombie apocalypse vibes / alien invasion vibes / vampire apocalypse vibes, where it's kind of tricky because this is my thought. So let us think about coronavirus as like a hybrid of zombie and vampire. Let's call them zombies. So with this zombie apocalypse, you don't know if you got it. You don't know if other people's got it. And even if you got it, you might be immune to it, but you can infect other people. And so everyone just kind of is like staying away from each other because no one wants to infect anyone else, right? And to me, from a sociological perspective, this is really fascinating because in some ways we're becoming more physically distant, right? Like keeping our space like 6 feet, 12 feet away. I personally try to keep like 20 feet away from people now. But at the same time, still trying to act kinder to each other. Now, what are gonna be the consequences of this? So obviously the world's gonna become more digital. And I think this is the thing I think a lot of people don't understand. I think humans, we like physical contact. So even when I get massages, one of the nicest things about getting a massage isn't just the physical contact with people. It's actually the kind of emotional, physical, like, it almost feels kind of spiritual when someone's giving me a really good massage. It's like, there's something to be said about contact with the human body. And, even when it comes to just like, emotional or romantic stuff like sex and stuff like that, it's not just the sexual act, the coitus, right? It's also like, the hugging people and embracing people. And I think a lot of that, what actually makes us human, and actually the thing that actually making me a little bit sad is that, we're not, supposed to shake hands no more, but certainly the human hand, it's what makes us human. It's, labor, manual, manos, manu, hand, right? So the hands are probably the most intelligent things we could do. And what do we do to our neighbors when we introduce ourselves? You shake their hands. So I think maybe, I don't know, for a long time, ain't nobody gonna be shaking no more hands no more, and people's not gonna be doing physical contact. I mean, at least we could do like the elbow bump, or sometimes it's still fist bump people's, but still like the societal rules are going to be changing. So actually right now, I think the best lens to understand what's going on isn't so much the biological viral scientific thing. It's actually the more sociological. It's a more society based, like how is people changing the way that they're interacting with other peoples and stuff like that. And so I think with social distancing, we've always been socially distant with strangers, which I think that's that's kind of fine. But I think it's just kind of, I think the thing that's harder is socially distancing yourself from, you know, friends or families or peoples you actually really love and care about. And then, you know, just taking a step back, imagine you're the last human on Earth. Could you still live a happy, meaningful existence on Earth without other humans? I think you could. Like, I think some movies to think about which is useful, like I Am Legend, you know, Will Smith, last human alive, he still got his dog. And it's better that we stay socially distant and still interact and engage with our friends and stuff like that. But maybe the best way to think about it is to take this attitude where, imagine like you're the last human on Earth, right? Or zombie apocalypse, whatever it may be, right? Then even seeing another human or being able to talk to them or even virtually engage with them is a great joy. And so realize, you know, what we're experiencing is pretty hard and it's really bad, but it could be so much worse and so much badder than we typically think. So what's kept me so optimistic and motivated is, rather than bemoaning what's like the downsides or what things are so hard, I'm just thinking about all the upsides. So even though we're doing the social distancing and, you know, people's getting sad, whatever, you know, at least I still got Cindy. I could still interact and engage with her. And worst case scenario, even if I didn't get Cindy, at least I still got myself, right? So I could still have time to think, to create, share my videos on YouTube or my blog and stuff like that. And so realize that as long as you're alive, it's a blessing to still be alive. And know that the fact is you're not the only human being left on planet Earth. So maybe, I don't know if this will make you feel better or worse, but watch some vampire movies, some zombie apocalypse movies, or end of the earth movies. Just be grateful that we're still alive.